Hello there. Today we're going to be playing some good old Battlefront, the original, again. I just felt like doing it. And this time, I don't really feel like doing the mouse and keyboard thing. There were a few controls I had trouble with last time, so I'm switching back over to the controller. Let me open up the game and then tab out, make sure it's capturing properly. Okay, looks good. Yeah, so this game setup again doesn't really seem to have a windowed mode, so I can't really see the chat on my monitor, which means I'll have to look down at my phone to play. Anyway, yeah, you can kind of see my mouse on screen there. I don't know how to get rid of that. It's an old game. Things like that happen. There's a multiplayer mode, by the way. I honestly have no idea if it's actually supported or not. Hey, Muppet, how are you doing? But if it does work, that might be a fun thing to do on stream at some point, but no, we'll just go single player. The good old, so I've kind of done the instant. I love you too, Sin. Yeah, I did, last time I played this, I did a bunch of instant action stuff. Probably gonna be semi-lurky while I'll finish up with mythology. Ooh. Mythology? What kind of mythology is it? Anyway, so yeah, I did a lot of instant action last time. I could do the campaigns, but they're fine, but they're not super interesting. Trickster Spirits. That sounds very interesting. Yeah. So there is a Galactic Conquest mode. Now, I played this a lot way back in the day, but since, like, before getting it again on the PC, I've actually only really played a whole bunch of the, like, Battlefront 2 afterwards. Let's see. One option was how to do something related to tricksters, so you decided to make it in character as a kitsune, trying to troll someone who wants to become a trickster. Ooh, that's very creative, Muppet. I love it. Yeah, so I played the campaigns before. They're fine. They're basically just the Star Wars storyline. I think this was pre Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, I just want to do Galactic Conquest. I don't actually remember how it all works. Oh, this is interesting. And then what's that Galactic Civil War stuff down there? Oh, this is very interesting. I have not seen any of these. Or maybe I have, but it was a long time ago. Well. Any preferences? I guess there is a Revenge of the Sith mode here. Let's see. It's about how to become a trickster, but the final step is, you fool, you absolute buffoon. You really thought it would be made common knowledge? You thought I was a normal person, but it was me, a kitsune. Oh man, I got a good laugh watching your face as you read that last step. Priceless. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, are there any preferences? Basically, we've just got, like, you know, the Rebellion, the Empire, and then there's, that's in the Galactic Civil War, and then we have the Clone Wars, where we've got the Republic, and the CIS. Anagrammed, Kitsune, and Tsu Knit. That's... You put a lot of effort into this. I love it. if there are no preferences, I think I will go ahead and roll a die. I always have a die in my pocket for these circumstances. It's a d6, so I will re-roll on a 5 or 6. It's a 4, so it looks like we're going Revenge of the Sith, playing as the CIS, and okay, so you can kind of see on screen we've got the green planets. Those are the ones we control. And basically our goal is to just take all the red planets. Camino is where the clones are based, and we can't get there until we basically captured all the other planets. I believe it's also turn-based, like I take a turn attacking a planet, they take a turn attacking one of my planets. I think that's how this works. And then you can see down there are various bonuses. So yeah, back to tanks, I believe, is if you are not at max health, you'll slowly regenerate health over time. Reinforcements, I don't remember exactly what that means, but I think it just basically means, yeah, the War of the Stars. I think reinforcements basically just means it's going to be a longer battle, like when, like, reinforcements will arrive at some point, so it's more efficient to just capture all the command posts to win. Then Bespin, Sabotage, so all vehicles will spawn on the map already sabotaged, and therefore a little bit easier to destroy, or you'll have to wait a little bit of time to heal them up first. Tatooine, so there's a Jedi hero. You can't play as them in this game, but basically there will be a Jedi to help fight one side or the other. And then we've got Elite Training. I honestly have no idea what that means. So are there any preferences for which planet we should try to take first? And I'm also, actually, now that I think about it, I think the planetary bonus is you only gain that benefit once you control the planet. So you probably want to go for something that we'll want to have. Let's see, there's back to tanks, which is not terrible. Jedi hero. You know what, let's go for elite training. I have no idea what this elite training is. Okay, so we can jam their mini-map, and actually that's the only thing we can do. So they won't be able to use their mini-map during this fight. What are they gonna use? I did not see what they just picked there at the end. Well, let's go into this fight. Okay, probably. I played on this map before, but I don't think when you're going down, like up the hill, you really want to be the assassin droid. So I'll just take the basic super bat. Oh my god, why did I spawn all the way back here? Let me in that tank. Let me in that tank. God dang. Okay, good. I got in the tank. And alright, let's zoom out, because when I'm in a vehicle, I usually like to be in third person mode. Out of the way. Nope. Let's see if we can't fit through these trees. Blow you up. Yeah, these guns are... Oh, they hit so hard. Come on. Maybe I can't now. Oh, yep, I made it through. I made it through, and it sucks to be all of you. No, you're not capturing this command post, not if I have anything to say about it. We want this command post for ourselves. And down you go. Blast you. Alright, you're gone. Okay, looks like we do have this command post now. Let's just blow you up. And you... Alright, I have to recharge my gun. This gun does have infinite ammo, but that means it needs to recharge after it gets too heated. Oh, hello. Well, they're just blowing themselves up on me, so that's fine. Honestly, we're doing pretty good with this tank. We have not taken that much damage, and hopefully I should, if I get unstuck from these trees. Come on, out of my way, out of my way. There we go. Let's push on this command post just to take out a bunch of them, because they're kind of crowding all together here. This is a little bit dangerous, but the best thing is they'll throw their grenades to try and blow me up, because that's the most efficient way, if you're just standard infantry, to blow up a vehicle. And the grenades are mostly just going to bounce off and destroy them. Then, alright, let's take out these turrets. Alright, they actually abandoned that one. That was smart. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't fit in through here. No, we can't. Oh, I was hoping we could, but no matter. I could just camp here. What do you say? Should I camp here? Because that droid right there, right here, just by sitting by it, will actually heal me up over time. Alright, there's actually a missile launcher over there. I'll take him out so he doesn't destroy me. Let's be a camper. Oh, yeah. This is not at all how I was planning to do this map, but it works. It really works. Oh, yep. Just they can't even leave their bunker. It's so sad. Yep. I'm just spawn camping, yeah, I'm a camper. It's fine though, because they're AI. They are not allowed to be salty. Okay, we've absolutely demolished their reinforcements at this point. Let's just take out a few more, and now, what do you say? Should I, try to actually have some fun on the second half of this battle? Alright, let's see if I can't get it back. Aw, oh, dang it, I died. Well, that's unfortunate, but hey, we did a lot of good there. Okay, why? How do I... Oh, it's the bumpers. That makes sense. Okay. Now might not be a bad time to go for the assassin droid. Hang on, I see someone through the trees there. Come on, there you go. That'll teach you. Okay, we have this fight handily. Let me just basically do a little bit more camping. Let's crouch down here a little bit, zoom in, and yeah, they're really clustered there. Oh, the problem is when you shoot, that gives away your position. Let's throw a grenade, just because they're clustered. You'll just be standing there. Ah, nice headshot. And down you go. The AI in this game is not great. Sometimes it just kind of doesn't know what to do when you just missed a sniper shot. It's like trying to track you down, but they're terrible at it. Okay, no, I don't. Wrong button, wrong button. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just head inside and do some command post capturing. My team can handle this. And it seems like you had the same idea. Okay, is there... No. Get up. Okay, I actually do want to... Oh, come on. What was it? Is it hold? I have no idea what the... Oh wait, maybe it's jump. Maybe that's what I didn't try last time. Anyway, we won that. Only died once. So this planet is ours now, and we also have the planetary bonus. Sure, let's save. Okay, so it seems like because each planet has 2 maps on them, the first attack is basically to get the enemy to not have control of the planet. And then the second attack is going to be on the other map, and that will actually be us gaining control. So I don't see any reason not to do that. What are they going to go for? What was that? It looked like Bacta tanks? Are they using Bacta tanks in this fight? Alright, we're gonna take Yavin. Alright, hydration check. Okay, this map? I think a good strategy for this map is basically to try and take their rear command post. If you can. It's kind of tough to do that, but if you can, just... these spider droids are so hard to control. But yeah, if we can basically just push back and take their rear command post, they will basically have no choice but to... There you go. Yeah, they will just have to... They'll be cornered, basically. They'll only have a few places they can spawn from. Let's aim at the guy in the turret in the back, because if we can actually hit him, he'll die. Okay, we need to get out. This is gonna blow. Okay, that didn't work quite as planned. But we can try to push in here. And come on. Alright, let's rock it. Aim for your head. Headshots do more damage. Reload. Let's do another wrist rocket. Alright, took out that turret. Alright, thanks for watching the stream, Vintage. I hope you have a good lunch. Okay, it looks like they do have Bacta tanks equipped, which, honestly, Bacta tanks is not that great. It's fine if you basically survive an encounter, but if you don't, okay, what we're gonna do here is a little bit of camping, because this is something you can do on this map, is basically camp on the opposite side and shoot them as they spawn. This is a tactic I used when I tried beating this map on hard difficulty, and it took me, I want to say 20 attempts, and I just gave up. I just could not beat this map on hard difficulty. Alright, let's get a better eye on them. Looks like we're actually capturing that command post. There you go. They cannot hit that guy for some reason. Okay. Oh. Down you go. Okay, so now they're all going to be pouring in from this direction, basically. Let's... There's someone there. I just can't really get an eye. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay, let's keep an eye here. It's kind of hard to see. Let's just... There we go. Okay, now we can pretty much keep a good eye on this window. Oh. There's someone. I thought I could take his head. Hey, stop moving around so much. Okay, let's push in a little bit and maybe toss a grenade right about here. Alright. Hit a few people. I don't think it killed them, but... Okay, let's see if I can't aim one through that window. That was a little short. Oh, that's how you roll. Yeah, it's left and right. while you're jumping. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Let's throw a grenade down. Oh, that's a lot of them. That is a lot of them. Which makes sense because that's the only place they can spawn from right now. Let's try and basically be a small target and try to snipe them as they come. I'm probably gonna die here, but I'd like to take a few down with me. Come on, this hitbox. Alright, yeah, I basically just need to move forward a little bit. Alright, let's take out you. Ooh, I think maybe they got one hidden. Okay, that's way too much. I need to retreat. What did I just do? Was that like a roll? Nope. Okay, I need more health and I need to refill on my ammo. I am indeed a pro sniper, dead pizza. But only when it's on medium difficulty and these aren't real players. Alright, come on. Ah, dang. Okay. Well, we've got this fight pretty well to hand. Maybe a few more well-placed grenades, like one down there. And one more down there. That should take out a few. Yep. Oh. Down you go. Hang on, there's a sniper right... Oh, ooh. I sat too long lining up my shot. I should have been moving around a lot more. Okay, we're gonna switch to the super battle droid for the last few enemies here. Let's head up. Oh, wait. Shoot. I was a little bit too trigger happy there. Okay. And we've won. Usagi Kaede Chu. Mwah. Thank you for being here. Hey, Club-chan. How's it going? Alright. That was a good one. So, Yavin should be under our control. Yeah, let's save. Why not? Save over that save. Yep, Yavin is now ours, and we get that elite soldier thingy, whatever that means. I have no idea. Oh, Kaede wants me to hydrate. Okay. So, I'm feeling Tatooine so we can get that Jedi hero bonus. But we've also got reinforcements, back to tanks, and sabotage. What do y'all think? Are there any preferences? I'm probably gonna go for Tatooine if there aren't. You don't know? Alright, let's wait a few more seconds, see if there's any preferences, and then I'll probably just jump on Tatooine for that hero bonus. Four, three, two, one. Alright, let's go Tatooine. Orbital sensors, I don't really care for. What's this elite training? Oh, your troops receive advanced training and become more accurate. Oh, that seems useful. Okay, what are they gonna use? Looks like they used back to tanks again. Okay. What's a good strategy here? Let's hop in one of these tanks again, because these are always fun to drive, and I want to try and go for these Tusken Raiders, because if we can take over their command posts, that would give us a huge advantage in the fight. Alright, I'm gonna hop out and basically play defensively here, because they're probably gonna spawn and try and stop me. Yep, just as I thought, but they're not very good at their job. One thing that's a little bit annoying when playing the Super Battle Droid is you can't, you have a wrist rocket, which you have to be pretty accurate with. I mean, yes, there's a blast radius, but basically you can't expect it to land somewhere, you just have to aim for it. You see right there, if that was a grenade, I would have been able to take that person out. Come on. Oh, that's so hard to hit. Watch those wrist rockets. Okay, this fight, I mean, it's going fine. Let's switch to the assassin. What? Where the hell did I just spawn? Okay, we're fine. Let's just take out a few of them. Oh, who just shot me? Was it you? It was you. Why you gotta do this to me? Okay, let's use these barriers actually to our advantage. And we can't use them to our advantage, because there's a hitbox. Of course, they're just decoration. Why would I expect to actually be able to use those to any tactical advantage? That was silly of me. Down you go. And take you out. Oop, didn't one-shot you. I need to watch out for that Sarlacc pit. Alright, let's throw a grenade over there. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ow. Well. These Tusken Raiders are defending tooth and nail, and we're actually not making a lot of good progress in this fight. We need to focus more on the real enemy here, which are the clones. Oh, that's a lot of them. So if I can just take out a few... Oh, wow, they're actually pushing on this command post, which is not good for us. Oh, hello, 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 I spawned right in the middle of a firefight. And... no. Come on. Headshot. Okay, well, that's something at least. Any damage is good damage, except I think they're using back to tanks in this fight, so maybe not. Oh, come on. Come on. You. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop rolling around. Stop it. Okay, this is... oh, hello. Alright. Okay, no one is actually in that turret, so that's fine. Speaking of turrets... okay, that turret is unmanned. Come on. Alright, is there anyone... okay, now you're in that turret. Take you out. This is a pretty good defensive position that I can just snipe from. Need to aim for those headshots. Okay, I think I'm turning this fight here. It got a little bit dicey when we were about equal in strength, but now I'm starting to turn this more in our favor. Okay, there's someone shooting from over here. Ah, come on. Alright, well, at least that person got killed. Ooh, looks like we're actually capturing that command post. Okay, that pistol, super inaccurate, and doesn't do a lot of damage. I need to roll. There we go. There we go, using my dodge roll. What are you even doing? He's just sitting there. And down you go. Oh, someone actually... yeah, they keep pushing from that direction. I'm gonna try and see if I can't help take this command post, because we seem to be doing a decent job at it. There's just a bunch of people stopping us. Yo! Yo! There we go. Also, you might hear a sound that would be my phone buzzing because I'm getting the notification, because I have to have it sitting on my makeshift desk because this game is in full screen and there's no way not to make it full screen as far as I can tell. So the only way I can see chat is by setting my phone on the desk. Yo. And therefore, right next to my mic. Okay, I hear the Sarlacc pet. It's a little bit hungry. Oh, come on, come on. Switch to the pistol, switch to the pistol, switch. Okay. Hip shot. Okay, throw a grenade. Hey, hey, hey. Rude, 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 rude. Fuck you, I'm getting inside of you. Alright. Cool, we've captured this now. Let me snipe you and... thought I could get you, but good thing is they stand still. Alright, there we go. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, hell yeah. That's a headshot. Aw, don't get in my way. That's a headshot. Alright, they did recapture this command post, or capture it, not really recapture, while I was pushing on that other one, but it should be fine now. Okay, the best thing to do here is use the blaster pistol. Actually, no. Sniper rifle still does the most damage and it's more accurate. It's a little bit harder to hit when I can't zoom in these close quarters, but okay, yeah, we're recapturing. Let me fill up my ammo while I'm at it. Oh, hang on. Alright, cool. That person actually blew up. Awesome. And we should have this fight. We have 4 command posts, and we outnumber them pretty much 2 to 1. Oh, hello. Have to watch out for that tank. Alright, let's spawn over here and basically keep up with the sniping. I think I want to push back here. We are the bad guys, so the people we're fighting against are the clones, which are a clone army used by the Republic to fight in the Clone Wars. And I am fighting as the CIS, which are the separatists that want to separate from the... They basically want to break off from the Republic due to trade reasons. Like, they don't like the tariffs and stuff. So basically they started a massive galactic civil war, and we're both manufacturing armies to fight each other. Yeah, the Clone Wars is very interesting to, like, learn about, and if you're interested, I would actually recommend, I know it's a very long series, but I would actually recommend watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is on Disney Plus, but you could probably find it other places. And if you don't want to watch the whole thing, definitely, like, you can look up just, like, what are the most important episodes to watch, but it's a very good show, and even though it, like, seems to be marketed towards kids, I still recommend it. You're debating on the final step for your project, if you want to use "you got jabated" or something text-based. I am not sure. That's a good question. Alright, let's save. Alright, let's capture Tatooine. Again, let's use that elite training. What are they going for? Alright, looks like they're going for reinforcements, which basically just means we have the tactical advantage of having better weapons, but they have more troops. So the question is, do we... How are we gonna... What's gonna win this fight? Is it numbers, or is it actually firepower? Okay. Let's push on this command post. Oh, hello. Did not see you there. You're just tossing... I was just sitting there. Yeah, the Republic is going USSR World War II strats. Because... Yep, if we have more people than they have bullets. Okay, don't shoot the Jawas. They're friendly, they're nice, and we're actually losing this fight, which is a little bit embarrassing. Okay, but we are actually recapturing this, or we're capturing this command post. Let me take out a few of you. Alright, let's place a grenade right there. Okay, that completely missed. Hip fire. Hip fire. No, you're doing maneuvers. Alright. Ooh, that was a well-placed grenade. Okay, but we did capture this command post, and okay, good. The main firefight's gonna be way over there, but we can basically push around the outskirts here. So yeah, if they are gonna have a lot more reinforcements, probably the best way to win this fight is just to capture their command posts. Oh, dang. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait and see if we can capture that command. Oh wait, no, this one's actually being captured. Let me take you out. Okay. Alright. Things are starting to look up. This is not the best sniping map. It's probably better just to be a basic infantry. Let me take out you on that roof, and you're just sitting there. Oh, okay. Let's see. I need healing. You can see a Star Destroyer up there. Maybe that's a Star Destroyer. But no, it has a different, actually, no, I think that's a Republic flagship. Because the Star Destroyers tend to have, like, just a horizontal bar that's, like, perpendicular to the layout of the ship, and this is just a bar that sticks straight out. An acclimator. Yeah, I was mistaken. Come on. Yep. Okay, so I don't remember how many reinforcements it is they get. I think it's 50. Oh, ouch. Yeah, clone lives do matter, but yeah, it's a issue of, honestly though, like, the thing is, because they use clones, they could, like, the Jedi could actually grow attachments to they could actually, like, grow attachments to their soldiers because they have personalities and various feelings. Because this whole thing, actually, you know what, I'm not gonna spoil the Clone Wars, but basically there's an ulterior motive to the Clone Wars, and it was to the advantage of that ulterior motive that the Jedi commanding the clones would grow attached to them, and and yeah, basically grow soft on them. So yeah, definitely read up on that. And because, and some of the Jedi, for instance, Ponkrell, fuck that dude, actually felt like they actually saw the clones as basically being nothing but manufactured and not actually having feelings and being totally 100% expendable. So like, not everyone grew attached to the clones, and they actually just saw them basically as just science projects that would help them win the war. But yeah, the droids didn't really... I mean, they kind of have personalities, but they're a little different. Alright, we won that fight. And I didn't get the most kills in that fight. Good on you, Unit 790. And somehow I didn't get any command post captures in that fight. Let's drop a save. Okay. I'm thinking Naboo. Yeah, let's go Naboo. Oh, I'm gonna skip that scene. What? What just happened? What? Did we blow up Naboo? We might have blown up Naboo. I didn't want to watch that cutscene because it's actual footage from the movie, and I don't want to get any copyright strikes. So let's get that Jedi hero on the field. They should definitely go for the reinforcements because, honestly, Sabotage... Actually, I don't know. Sabotage is pretty good on Kashyyyk. Okay. Oh, it's this one. We can probably go Assassin Droid. I haven't fought on this map that much. Not recently, at least. Like, I briefly played through the campaign mode when I downloaded it most recently. So I fought on this map once, basically. Oh my. Oh, they got a gunship. And... Yep, there is Count Dooku. He's helping us out. He, in the storyline, is one of the... Basically, he's one of the big bad guys. He's not a general in the Clone Wars, but he's the leader of the Separatists. He's the one that, like, rallied and unified all the Separatists to actually go to war against the Republic. And yeah, he's a baddie. Okay. And you can usually pick out the baddies because they're using red lightsabers. But because we're also playing the baddies, he's on our side. Alright, let's zoom in, see if we can't pick on any clones as they appear. We are actually losing that command post. Alright, they captured it. That's fine. Basically, if I just keep headshotting all these clones as they spawn. We could worry about the Wookiees a little bit, because they are gonna hurt our numbers, but the thing is the Wookiees will just keep spawning, and killing them doesn't actually add to our kill count in this fight. So we do want to prioritize the clones, and I can't hop through that window. You went with you got. Cool. Okay, we're actually capturing this command post, which is good. And we've captured it. Alright, let's take you out. Ow! Okay, someone actually sniped me. Your project is complete. Good job! Good job, I'm very proud of you. He just got cut down by Dooku. Yeah, it's always a good feeling when you've been working on something for a while and you basically put on that finishing touch and it's done. Okay. Come on, we can take this command post. I believe in us. I believe in us. Let's just watch out for any potential spawns. They are trying to... Oh, whoa! That was a displosion. Okay, but we're capturing that... Oh, they're actually capturing this one. Can we do something about that? We should do something about that. We should... Oh, they've taken it back. Come on. Let's push this pick. You've watched The Mandalorian? That's a pretty good show. There's actually a few references to Clone Wars in that one. But yeah, watch the Clone Wars. It's pretty good. It is very long. Actually, you could probably just watch the main films like this. Star Wars movies, episodes 1, 2, and 3. It did, I will admit, it did take me a few watch-throughs of that movie of that trilogy to pick up all the nuances of the politics that goes on with the Clone Wars. Because the first times I watched it, I was just like, ooh, cool, lightsaber duels, and basically I just skipped ahead to the big lightsaber battles that happen, but there is a lot of politics that goes on in the movies, and understanding how and why the separatists wanted to break away from the Republic, and yeah, they were. So when they were released, the very first Star Wars movie was technically episode 4. That was the start of the Galactic Civil War, set years after the Clone Wars, when the Republic basically turned into the Empire and were constructing a Death Star to control people through fear, by showing that they had the firepower to destroy other planets. So that's a good storyline too, but honestly, I have to say, I'm personally a bigger fan of the Clone Wars timeline. Not that there's anything wrong with Count Dooku got 55 kills. Not that there's anything wrong with the Galactic Civil War. It's also pretty interesting, and there's a lot you can elaborate upon. But I know a lot more details about the Clone Wars, and finding out all these details about the Clone Wars years after having watched the movies is just so refreshing. I would that's a good question. I think you'd be fine watching them in pretty much any order. You can break the series down you can break the saga down into multiple trilogies, and I'm leaving out the most recent trilogy. Not that you shouldn't watch it, but I'm focusing on episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can pretty much, like, obviously I'd say watch each trilogy in order of release. So if you want to watch the original trilogy, that's episodes 4, 5, and 6, you should start with 4, then watch 5, then watch 6. But if you want to watch the original trilogy versus the prequels, that's episodes 1, 2, and 3, honestly, I don't think it matters too much which you watch first. If you watch 4, 5, and 6, like, that's the original way it was released. So people watching those movies way back in the day they did not know what the events of the Clone Wars, the prequel trilogy, was going to be. So, like, it's not... So, there is information being withheld, but it's not as if it's information that people even knew back in the day what was going on. So it's totally up to you, whichever one you watch. But yeah, I'd just say watch all of them. It will, like, not saying it won't. Yeah, George Lucas, honestly, I have no idea why he wanted to release them in that order, but he just did. But, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a way to think about it is the originals were 4, 5, and 6. Then 1, 2, and 3 are technically the prequels. So, yeah, the prequel trilogy is what's... Okay, we're actually going to be a pilot here. And we want to heal up. There's Dooku. We want to find the droid so we can heal this up. Yeah, it is a little confusing. I guess, basically, yeah, the idea was he wanted to tell the story of the Galactic Civil War first, with episodes 4, 5, and 6, but he had always planned to reveal the full story of what led up to the Galactic Civil War and the Republic becoming an empire. So, yeah. There's a lot to absorb, but even if you don't absorb all of it the first time you watch through, it's still, I think, I just killed one of my allies. I'm smart. Yeah, sci-fi is pretty fun. Yeah, definitely watch all of them. And I do know the most recent films that Disney released, that's episodes 7, 8, and 9, they're part of the sequel trilogy, and they're pretty controversial in the fan base, just because, well, there's various reasons as to why they're controversial. Part of it was there was already an entire, like, sequel storyline that Disney basically just scrapped when they were making it, so people were a little bit upset about that. And there's various reasons why people don't like them, but it's not like they're bad movies, honestly. I did actually, and y'all can go ahead and cancel me for saying this, but I did actually enjoy watching, which movie was that? It was, well, it was episode 8, the second one in the sequel trilogy. I can't remember what that was. The Last Jedi, wasn't it? Was it The Last Jedi? I think it was The Last Jedi. I actually enjoyed watching that one. I think it was pretty good. Might have been a little bit long, like it didn't need to be as long as it was, but that aside, yeah, it was a good watch. I'm just hanging out with Dooku up here. The one I was most disappointed in was the very last one, The Rise of Skywalker. That was very disappointing. Just because there were so many ways they could have ended the saga, and all of them were a lot better than that. Like, it just felt like it felt a little bit lazy, to be honest. Like, the big baddie in all the franchises has always been Darth Sidious, who's like the big dark force user. He's like he's the Sith master who controls the dark side, who's like a big user of the dark side of the force. And he's in power. He's in a position of power through most of the franchise. He was... Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, because you are going to watch these. But basically, they ended his storyline at the end of episode 6, like the third movie that came out back in the 70s. They had ended his storyline, and of course they basically wrote out the start of his storyline in the prequel trilogy, episodes 1, 2, and 3. But otherwise, there was really not much reason for him to be brought back as a character in the following episodes. But Disney just decided, you know what, we're gonna do a big major plot twist thingy, even though we established all these brand new villains that were new to the storyline and had nothing to do with the original trilogy or even the prequel trilogy. They basically just got lazy and said, you know what, no, we're going back to the roots here. We're bringing back that first villain instead of just building off of the villains that we already have established. And yeah, there's other reasons to not like it. But again, I'm not saying you shouldn't watch it. And not saying you can't enjoy it either. It is kind of fun, and honestly, it might be better that you're completely unfamiliar with Star Wars. Just because you're probably less likely to be disappointed by it. This fight is not going well for us, where our numbers are not that good. But this fight's always tough if you're the ones fighting uphill. Yeah, and they've got the Wookiees on their side. So, also the main character in the sequels, Rey, she does get a lot of hate. And I'll admit, I'm not entirely sure why. Hey, Niku. You pop in and yep. Yeah, a lot of people seem to hate Rey, and I have not seen a good reason for it. I think she's fine as a character. I just like how the franchise basically tried to introduce all these brand new characters for the new trilogy. And Rey was basically the main character in that trilogy or one of the main characters, there were multiple. But she was like the main Jedi Force user character in that trilogy. And just people write a bunch of mean things about her online. So, yeah, and it's totally up to you how you feel about the character. And you are allowed to just basically say, oh, I don't really like the vibes of this character. Like, you don't have to have a good reason to not like someone. But if you're gonna write hate like that online, at least have a constructive argument. Yeah, part of it was probably because she was a girl, and a lot of people don't like the feminizing in Disney films to bring more gender equality to it. But I think another reason for it was basically she was just a nobody. Like, a character that we have no idea who she is and who she came from, but somehow she's extremely powerful in using the Force. And of course there's like that term a lot of people tend to use, the Mary Sue, which is basically just a sexist way of saying, I don't like this character and she's female, but I can't come up with a constructive argument, so I'm just gonna call her Mary Sue. So that's probably a big part of it, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I think she was pretty good. Yeah, a lot of it is elitism, because there are some die-hard fans of Star Wars that has and a lot of them are basically the Western otakus. Like, they have very strong feelings about the franchise, and if anyone tries to take it in a different direction from what they want it to go, it's bad. Like, they're like, you know what, this is terrible, you're awful people, I hate the writers, I hate Disney, go suck a dick. Like, that's the stance they take. I will say, like, there is another reason to be upset with the original trilogy. Not the original trilogy, the sequels. And that reason is basically there was already an established timeline of what happened after the last movie. The last movie in the franchise. There was already an established timeline that people wrote about. It's called the Expanded Universe, which Disney has now dubbed to be Star Wars Legends. Basically, they're stories that aren't actually canonical in any way. And I feel those stories added a lot of very interesting things to the Star Wars universe that Disney was just like, we could do things with this, but we're not going to. We want to write our own storyline with our own characters and do our own things with them. Which, like, sure, technically you have the right to do it and no one can really stop you, because you do, like, own the rights to it and everything, but it's kind of a dick move, especially because they had to know there was a lot of love for the expanded universe. And, like, one of my friends IRL is one of those, like, big... She's not, like... She doesn't have the same attitude as otaku type, like, diehard fans and stuff, but she is a big, major fan of Star Wars. And the fact that Disney took it over and basically said, you know what, this expanded universe that's very detailed and fun and adds a lot of cool new things. He just rolled off that platform and died. Yeah, all this expanded universe that added a lot of interesting stories and characters that you could fall in love with. Yeah, none of it's real. God, he's a terrible shot. So yeah, she was pretty upset about that and just basically said, screw it, I'm not even gonna bother watching the new trilogy. Which I think was a little unfair, because that's the attitude she had from the very beginning, that when that was announced, before the first episode even, like, released. Well, the first episode, I mean like the first episode of the new trilogy. I think it was a little unfair not to give it a chance, but I do understand those feelings. Like imagine if one of your favorite franchises that you're really into, that has a well-established storyline, imagine if some other company, Disney for instance, bought that out and decided they wanted to do new things with it. And not only they wanted to add on to it, but they actually want to retroactively undo some of the original storylines and declare that, you know what, none of this is real, none of it matters, it's not canon. Like, that would be very upsetting to me. So yeah, there's valid criticism against the new trilogy, but I don't want people to criticize it basically just saying, oh, Rey is a dumb character and fuck her, she's a, like, I hate her. Yeah, the undoing would be very triggering. Yeah, like, you're allowed to have your criticisms, just don't come up with stupid reasons to not like characters. Like, I do think it was an interesting take on the trilogy. It's not where I would have gone. I would probably have gone more in line with what even if I was gonna go the dick route and basically undo a lot of the works that people had put effort into building on the universe. Even if I was to go that route, I would have at least taken inspiration from, like, what was it that was so popular about the expanded universe, and how could I potentially emulate that in my new take on it. Yeah, erasing lore to make your own canon is very cringe. So one of the things that the expanded universe built on was it really followed the lives and the generations of basically the legacy of the characters from the original franchise. So, for instance, like we have the main characters like Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia. The original, like, that expanded universe was basically what happened to these characters after these films, and like what children did they have, if any, and what happened to those children after the original characters, passed on. And it went really far into the timeline. Like, I think one that I'm familiar with was Cade Skywalker, who is basically like the great multiple greats, like, I think multiple greats grandson of Luke Skywalker from the original trilogy. So, like, yeah, they went far past the end of the original timeline with all this build-up. So, of course, there's gonna be, like, some changes to be made. But, like, you really fall in love with those characters, and part of you falling in love with them was that attachment to the original characters. And basically, apart from one character, and I'm not gonna spoil who it is, but apart from, I think it's only one character in the recent trilogy, pretty much all the new characters that get added, hi Dragon's Dust, pretty much all the new characters that got added were just brand new nobodies that had absolutely nothing to do with the original character. Like, that had nothing to do with the characters from the original franchise. Which, like, yeah, you're allowed to do that. It's fine. There can be a lot of interesting stuff to be done with them. Like, I, for one, actually fell in love with Poe Dameron, who was, like, a really great character from the new trilogy. And he had nothing to do with the original characters. But, like, and yeah, they also had the original characters, so, like, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia were all in the recent trilogy, but they were more just there as characters that existed. They just mainly played supporting roles to make room for the new characters, which is totally fine, because, you know, it's no longer their story. It's a brand new story, time to make room for new characters. Like, that's fine. But it's still just, even if there's not anything fully wrong with it, it is a little sad to see these characters that you fell in love with in the expanded universe basically just be like, you know what, they never existed in the first place. It's a little frustrating and upsetting. So, yeah. Point is, there's a lot to be said about it. There's a lot of valid criticism, but there's also a lot of just invalid criticism about the new trilogy that's basically just there because people hate that the story that they fell in love with got retroactively undone and declared non-canonical. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts on the new trilogy. It is worth the watch, especially if you haven't seen any Star Wars, and you want to get into it and watch all the movies. Like, absolutely include those movies in your watch through. But yeah, there's some soft wounds, fresh wounds there. I mean, there's like never any reason not to just use Jedi Hero, so let's just use Jedi Hero. And they can't use any planetary bonuses, sucks to be them. Okay, this is a very fun map to be an assassin on, so we're just gonna be an assassin. Okay, how the hell... Wait, no, I want to go back. I want to go back in. Stop pushing me out of the way. Where's the best place to go as an assassin? I mean, here's fine. We could actually take on a lot of people over there. This is actually uncaptured. So if we could capture this command post, that would help us. I think this map is actually pretty set up for when you're playing the bad guys, whoever they are, whichever era you're playing as. You will tend to capture this command post. But I would really like to get back up on those platforms so I can snipe down on this arena here. But no reason not to take a few pot shots as people come through that door. Come on. Come on, stop rolling out of the way. Okay. And down you go. Down you go. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I had no idea I was gonna get that much into passionately talking about the sequel trilogy when it actually has nothing to do with this game. Like, I'm pretty sure this game... Oh, hydration time. This is a safe place to stop. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure when this game came out that the original... that the sequel trilogy wasn't even completely released yet. Which is interesting because this game involves the Clone Wars, but the Clone Wars storyline hadn't been fully completed. Yeah, I find... So something I find is, like, when I was a kid growing up and watching this franchise, I always watched it for the action, and, like, you know, Star Wars, lightsabers, Jedi, Sith, you know, those kinds of battles are very interesting. But honestly, being older now and having a lot more appreciation for stories like this, like, I'm still here for the action, but there's a lot of interesting politics going on that I completely overlooked and had to basically rewatch everything to not only to learn what that politics is, but also be like, oh, that politics was always there in the very beginning. And yeah, like, you wouldn't really think of a story set in basically another universe. Well, technically it's a galaxy far, far away. But basically this story that has nothing to do with our real world actually includes a lot of real world politics. Like, for instance, the Empire that the rebels are fighting against in the original trilogy. There's a lot of Nazi symbolism, or like, well, yeah, like even the fact that the bad guys that the Empire uses storyline, like, that the Empire uses soldiers called... Yeah, same universe, just a galaxy far, far away. That the soldiers they use are called stormtroopers. Like, that is, in itself, very historical and political. That's what the bad guys are. And... Also, there's a bunch of genocide, like the fact that the Empire is constructing this giant planet-killing weapon that can just blow up entire planets with people on it, and doesn't really bat an eye at it. Like, that, too, is very political. And, yeah, just... I'll admit I'm not as familiar with the politics being represented in the Galactic Civil War as I am with the Clone Wars, but there's a lot of nuance that you don't even have to worry about if you want to watch it. You can watch it for just like the cool storyline and the fun characters and the explosions and the blasters and the lightsabers, and that's perfectly valid. You don't have to know absolutely everything about a story or a franchise to enjoy it. Okay. Well, I can see where the last two are. They're over here. And down they go. Okay. So that was a fun fight. Yeah, I'm actually third place in that one. Count Dooku got 40 kills and actually captured 2 command posts. Wow. Let's hit that save button. And now we can push on their home planet. So this planet Camino is the planet in, I think it's the Outer Rim. There's different regions in like the galaxy that Star Wars is set in. This is Camino, a planet that was pretty much just off the maps, and this is where the cloning facility is that the clone troopers were being built on. So we are going to invade. They cannot select a planetary bonus. Haha, sucks to be you. Yeah, I have to say though, the Galactic Conquest in Battlefront 2, which I will play at some point, is a lot more interesting than the Galactic Conquest in this game. But it's still interesting because this was where the franchise was born, the Battlefronts. Yeah, you see, because this is technically their home base, they actually start with more reinforcements than we do up there at the top. So they start with, I think it's 230 or 220. I didn't really catch how many it was, and we start with only 200 because we're the invading force, and this is their cloning facility. And I struggled a lot with this map in hard mode, but I was actually able to beat it. Eventually. Let me capture this command post. Okay, they've actually captured that one. Let's just do a little bit of sniping. He's just rolling around. Stop shooting me. Down you go. There's a lot of interesting Star Wars games too that you can just play if you get into this universe. Like, of course there's Battlefront, which I'm playing right now, and that's basically just you play a lot of the main battles in the Star Wars storyline. But there's some other good ones out there too, like for instance, and also I do want to play a lot of them at some point on stream. Like one of them that I found to be very fun when I was like way back in the day was The Force Unleashed. That's actually part of that expanded universe I was talking about earlier, where there's like all these brand new characters, and like that just kind of get that got added to the storyline, and that was just a very fun one to play. Okay, come on, that grenade did nothing. You actually played that game? Yeah, I wanna. It's been a long time since I played it. I want to play it again again, this time on stream. And I actually, so the first time I played it was actually a demo at like a Star Wars Expo thing in Spain. Because I was actually living in Spain at the time. Hey Pixie Twinks. Yeah, I was... So that was like the very first time I played the game, and oh man, we are just getting killed here. We're just getting killed. But it's fine, because we're still winning. That was my first time playing the game. It was just the demo. Then I eventually got it for the Wii, surprisingly enough. The Nintendo Wii. And actually, that game on the Wii is it's not the same game. Like, so it like follows the same storyline and all that. But like the actual, like the layout of the maps and the things you can do, and even some of the missions are completely different from what they were in like the Xbox version, for instance. So yeah, like that was a fun one to play. I also remember there was actually a mobile version of the game, which was interesting because you don't really expect that to be a game that would work on mobile, but they did it anyway, and it was there. I don't really have much to say about it. I did play it. Very much like the Wii version. It was completely different from what that game was like on other platforms. I don't even think it's supported anymore, but you could probably emulate it. Oh, dang it. Yeah, that turret, we need to take it out. Like, someone blow up that turret so they can't keep using it. But I'm fine with sniping them out from it as they hop in. There's someone. Yeah, so I first played Force Unleashed on the Wii. Then eventually, our family got an Xbox 360. And so I got it for that and played it on there. And that was pretty fun, and I played that quite a bit as a kid. I've replayed through that game so many times, although I don't think I've ever played on a higher difficulty than just Apprentice. So I'll probably, when I play it on stream, try it on a higher difficulty just to see how it goes. And then, of course, Force Unleashed 2 came out. That was one that I highly anticipated coming out. And again, I played both the Wii version and the Xbox version. Same case, both were completely different from each other, although I think the Wii version for number 2 was a little bit more similar. They didn't change quite as much. Alright, this battle's gonna be won, and we will have conquered the galaxy as the Separatists. So yeah, The Force Unleashed 2 was also a fun one, although that one was a lot more cinematic and felt like it was just all one fluid story, as opposed to, yeah, it sounds like the last person getting killed there. That was a lot more of a fluid story that basically went from one point to the next. 13 deaths. 13 deaths. Yeah, that went from one point to the next, basically following in a continuous motion, whereas the original game was more of a that one, like, it did follow a continuous storyline. Let's see if there's a cutscene. Okay, let's skip that cutscene because it's actual cinematic footage and I don't want copyright strikes. So yeah, that took about an hour and a half. What do you say? Should we do another Galactic Conquest? I think we've got time for one more. Oh, and now I've unlocked these. Well, that's interesting. I don't know what these are. Does anyone have a preference? I'm not sure what the difference between... So it looks like just different planets are controlled by different people. So the bonuses would be a little bit different. And this way you can actually choose who you're starting as. I think... So we just played the Clone Wars, so let's pick something over here in the Galactic Civil War. I'm not sure what the real difference is between the galaxy divided in the Galactic Civil War, besides what planets to start as, but it looks like... Let's see, let's play as the Rebels, and let's pick this one, because they actually... Wait a minute. No. Let's quit. Let's quit. Why? Oh, I see. So I can select with this? I could have sworn... No, I want to play as the Rebels. Come on, let me... What if I do that? Oh, no, I guess we were the Rebels. Because that's a very... Okay, yeah, I was... Okay. Alright, so... We have under our control Bespin, Hoth, and Yavin. Renvar and Naboo are both neutral, and they control Kashyyyk and Tatooine. So I played a lot with the Jedi Hero that last Galactic Conquest, so let's save this for last. Or technically second to last, because Endor is going to be the very last. Let's just take one of these. Let's take back to tanks. If this is Naboo, let's just go with elite training. Alright. So yeah, I was talking about The Force Unleashed 2 and the original. Yeah, the original felt more episodic than Force Unleashed 2 did. And yeah, there were a lot of fun levels there. So yeah, let's just play as the marksman. I don't think this is a very good sniping map, but I just like playing the sniper, and look at that, we've got stormtroopers. First kill, headshot. Oh, ow. I can't move. Dude, stop it. There you go. Yeah. What was very cool about The Force Unleashed 2 was the fact that you got 2 lightsabers. Like, that was just epic. Oh, gosh. Also, I remember... I can't remember what it was called. Was it? No, it wasn't the Balrog. That's from a completely different franchise. I can't remember what it was called, but there was this massive, like, Titanic boss fight on pretty much, I think it was the second level of the game, where you basically on this one planet had to go to a certain arena where and because you were trying to track down like your original master, I think, and you'd heard that there was an arena he was being kept at, and he had to or I don't know if it was he that did, maybe it was you, but basically in the very end of that level, there's this huge, like, Titanic boss. Must have been the biggest boss I've ever fought in a game, because I actually haven't played Shadow of the Colossus, because I haven't had a PlayStation since the PS2, and maybe that game was on the PS2, but I never got it. But yeah, it was just a massive boss fight, and that was one of the most memorable boss fights growing up. We're losing this fight. I find I struggle a lot on this map, to be honest. I don't know what it is about it, but something about this map is just like, I struggle with it. But we've captured this command post at took a lot of casualties to do it, but we did. Now if we can capture this courtyard, that would be absolutely fantastic for us. They did take one of our other command posts. Let me see if I can't take out that turret. I did. Oh, hello, there's a Dark Trooper. Alright, took you out. Stormtrooper. Alright, you're down. Okay. Okay, they've actually captured. Okay, come on, let's capture. Okay, we've captured it. Good. Let's keep pushing forwards. Oh, those turrets hurt. Oh, that's Darth Vader. Okay, let's not spawn there. Why am I playing as a Wookiee? I don't know, but we're playing as a Wookiee now. That would explain why we're losing this fight so much. They have Darth Vader on their side. And he's scary. Let's see. So there's also... Oh, wow, we're handily losing this. Okay, we need a basic infantry to finish them off with rapid fire. I can't risk spending too much time to line up my shots. This fight is probably over. I don't see us pulling back from this. We have to watch out for Vader over there, but we are capturing this command post, it looks like. Yeah, there were some other fun games. Yeah, defeat is indeed imminent. Oh, stay away, stay away, stay away. As far as I can tell, there's absolutely no way to kill those heroes. I've tried. I've tried like grenades, rocket launchers. They just all bounce off. I'm pretty sure they're immortal. So yeah, there's some other fun Star Wars games out there. Like one of the most recent ones I played that came out most recently was Fallen Order. That one was a very interesting take. So it basically followed kind of the Souls-like style of gameplay, where you basically, when you die, you drop all your like your, in that case, I can't remember. Basically, whatever points there are in the game, you drop them at wherever you die, and there were various points that you could. There were various points that you could actually try to like heal yourself and use the save points and checkpoints, but if you rest there, then all the enemies regenerate, and the fighting style was very similar to Dark Souls, where you have to you know, there's various bosses and you have to watch out for like timing of your attacks and their attack patterns, and okay, yeah, we're not gonna win. That was a very fun one, and I want to play that. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Let me see if I can't take out a few more with me. F. We lost. Yeah, so... yeah, Fallen Order was surprising. Yeah, Darth Vader got 36 kills. That was a very fun one. Okay. What's going on? Okay, I guess that they get to pick now because we lost that fight. I completely forgot which planet they picked. I wasn't paying attention. I think it's Renvar. I think it said Renvar that they were going for. It depends on the map. One of the maps, Sabotage, is worth it. But let's just take the elite training again. Okay. Okay, this map would actually be pretty good to have Sabotage on. Yeah, they've got Vader on their side again. This is not good. Yeah, what we want is to push into these tunnels. I think. It's been a while since I played on this side of the fight. Let's toss a grenade, because they're just going to keep coming from that direction, and they're basically funneling themselves. This wouldn't be the worst spot to play as a sniper, but, okay, I'm officially out of grenades now. They just keep dodging. I need to remember I have a dodge. Actually, here's something I absolutely need to remember. I have commands. Yeah, I can tell people to follow me. And this is a feature that I'm pretty sure... That's where I really wish I had a grenade. This is a feature that I'm pretty sure disappeared after this game. But yeah, you could basically just command people to do something. And I think they would follow your command pretty much until you died. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We need to be a vanguard and take out this walker. Why would you do that? Why would you walk in front of me like that? Cause yeah, if we can take out this command post, and they're gonna start trying to shoot me, so let's walk back and forth. So yeah, Fallen Order, very fun game. Honestly, that one, I don't even think you need... Oh my god, I just completely missed that shot, even though it was locked on. Okay, here's a droid I can get ammo from. Okay, I'm just gonna not wait for the lock on, because I know I can just hit it without locking on. Hopefully, although now it's kind of walking behind that building, so I can't see. Okay, we need to get a better eye on it. Yeah, Fallen Order, that one you probably don't need to know anything about the Star Wars franchise. Okay, it's gone. That one you probably don't need to know anything about the entire franchise to enjoy. Because, yeah, it's basically, like, there is some story to it, and, like, you might not fully understand the nuance of, like, the locations and like, the characters. But for the most part, like, it's pretty well self-contained, I think. And yeah, if you're into those Souls-like games, definitely pick it up and play it. It was also a curiosity because it was made by EA, which shortly after Disney acquired the license to Star Wars, they licensed out the game production exclusively to EA. And yeah, stop bothering with Vader. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. So yeah, once EA had those rights, they went ahead and made the most recent Battlefront games, which in my opinion are nothing compared to these. Like, they feel very Battlefield-y, which isn't bad, but it's just like your average day-to-day FPS that just happens to wear a Star Wars skin. Oh, I can actually take you out too. Do need to watch out for those tanks. Yeah, they're not that interesting. Like, they don't really capture the same feel as the original Battlefronts did when playing them. That said, I did buy and play the campaign for the most recent Battlefront 2, and the campaign in that game was actually pretty good. I enjoyed playing through that. So I will say it's not a $60 campaign. If all you're gonna do is play the campaign when buying that game, I would wait until it goes on sale before picking it up. But yeah, if you ever get the chance, I would recommend playing through that campaign. It was pretty fun. Then what else do we have? There was yeah, so pretty much all EA did with that license was make the Battlefront games, and with whatever. Why would you do that? Okay, yeah, basically, yeah, they were like, well, Battlefront's a shooter game, right? And you know what all the popular shooter games are? Battlefield and Call of Duty. And we're EA, so we absolutely know how to make those types of games. So they went ahead and basically said, you know what, screw everything that was lovable about the original Battlefronts and why people actually played them. We're gonna scrap all of that and just basically have it be a basic first-person shooter game that just so happens to have Star Wars characters in it. And it wasn't very interesting. The maps were super tiny, absolutely minuscule, and the game wasn't that interesting to play, apart from the campaign. I did hear that they did change some stuff up, so I don't know, maybe it's more interesting to play now than it was when it first came out. But even so, yeah, so it was a big surprise. Yeah, this game is a lot more fun. And if you like this one, wait until I play Battlefront 2. Because here's what I have to say. If you could only buy one of these two original Battlefront games, I would recommend you not buy this one, and instead buy 2. Battlefront 2. This game, as fun as it is, and as great and as much of a classic it is, gets, like, multiply this fun by, like, 3, and that's Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 just added so much to the franchise. It added space battles. I'm not actually sure. I'm thinking I want to start playing 2 next week. I'm actually going to bother posting a schedule for once. So if you're interested and want to keep your eye out on that, follow my Twitter, which should be on screen right now. It's at Haru_Hayes. And I'm probably, maybe later tonight, going to make and post a schedule. And yeah, I think I want to go ahead and have Battlefront 2 on that schedule, because I've had fun with this game. I've had my fun with it, but basically I just wanted to revisit it before moving on to one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, if you have to pick between this game and Battlefront 2, absolutely pick up Battlefront 2. It is very much worth your time and money. And it's pretty cheap too, because it's an older game, so it's not going to be $60 to buy, I don't think. I think it might be like 20. Don't quote me on that, but I think it might be fairly affordable. But you could also play as, like, all the heroes instead of just being random soldier number 52. You could actually, hey, Karan Aurora. Yeah, you could actually play as, like, you know, Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker or all those other cool characters that you see in this game, but you can't actually play as. You could play as them in that one. And the Galactic Conquest, which I'm currently playing, was a lot more interesting in that one. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. If I had to guess, if I'm gonna play it next week, I'll probably schedule it for the same time as this stream. So that would be, so assuming I don't delay it again like I did today, it would probably start around 3 o'clock next Sunday. So if you have time, keep an eye on that. So yeah, Battlefront 2, as fun as this game is, honestly, this game is more of a nostalgia trip for me than it is, like, one of the best games of all time. It's still fun. And if you, like, pick this one up too, because this one was also very cheap to pick up. It's on Steam, I think $15 or $10. And yeah, I have no idea if the multiplayer is actually supported these days or not. But if it's on Steam, it might be. And yeah, I would. Yeah. So Battlefront 2, fun game. Definitely look forward to me playing it on stream. Then there was, yeah, so as I was saying about EA, they did that whole thing with the Battlefront, basically the totally not hot take of basically the reason Battlefront is fun is because it's a first-person shooter. That was their take on it, and that was totally false. Absolutely wrong. That's not why Battlefront was fun. So, a lot of people, myself included, have the impression that EA is now going to absolutely ruin all the Star Wars games they make because they don't actually know what makes a fun Star Wars game and an interesting Star Wars game. They're just going to be like, we'll just make what's popular and go with it. So imagine my surprise when they made Fallen Order, which was a very fun game to play. I really enjoyed Fallen Order, and I want to play that one on stream too. That one I'll probably wait quite a while before I actually play it because I want to give priority to some of the older games, and I probably only want to have like one slot a week to play a Star Wars game. We're gonna have to take Naboo eventually. Maybe Sabotage would be good to have here. Come on, don't go for reinforcements. Do not pick the Jedi Hero. I think they picked Jedi Hero. Yeah, that was a good one. It was also the first Souls-like, or maybe you would call it Souls-light, I don't know how picky you are about that, but it was the first, you know what, let's pick the Vanguard. It was the first game that took either that was a Dark Souls game or took inspiration from that franchise. It was the first ever game I played that I actually played all the way through and completed. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And part of the reason was they had, imagine this, a difficulty setting. Because I was completely brand new to Souls-like stuff. I mean, I've tried them, but I always just end up giving up because there's no way to actually change the difficulty, so the game is kind of gatekeeping itself by not letting new and experienced players really get in and enjoy the game. I just got too frustrated and quit. So they added a difficulty setting so you could basically be like, I don't want the game to be too hard, I just want to play and enjoy the game and enjoy the story. And that was... I had a lot of fun with that. So I basically played the game on the easiest difficulty. Played all the way through. Not that there weren't challenges on the easiest difficulty. Like, I struggled with a few boss fights in that game. But yeah, I just was able to enjoy the game to its fullest, and I had a lot of fun. So I do think next time I play it, I might want to pump up the difficulty, not all the way, but maybe by one, like the second easiest difficulty, just so I can maybe train myself a little bit more to be into those Souls-like games. Because that's another thing I want to play at some point, and again, it's something that I'll probably not play for quite some time. I want to play some of those Souls-likes, like the Dark Souls franchise. I don't have Bloodborne, and I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't play Bloodborne, I'm pretty sure. But like, yeah, those interesting Souls-likes, like the Dark Souls franchise, and I know there's Neo, the one that's set in Japan. And then there's also, what's that one other game called? I'm forgetting the name of the game. Shadows Die Twice, that game. Whatever the main title of it is. But Shadows Die Twice was the subtitle. Sekiro. Yeah, Sekiro looks... The thing is with Sekiro is, like, it looks like a very fun game. I've wanted for so long to play a game just like that's set in Japan and has those, and that's an open world game. And so Sekiro seems like right up my alley for that purpose, but the problem is it's a Souls-like. And not only that, but people that play Dark Souls actually admit that Sekiro was a lot harder for them to beat, which I have to say, that kind of intimidates me and makes me not want to play the game, because I know I got too frustrated with Dark Souls. How frustrated am I going to get with Sekiro? So I want to practice more with those types of games and maybe play something that can actually play and get better with. So that would be like, for instance, you know, playing through Fallen Order again on a higher difficulty. Because if nothing else, you're really mostly, it's about learning how to deal with the fact that bosses have certain attack patterns that you have to watch out for, and the fact that you have to manage the fact that you've got, you know, stamina. There's a dodge mechanic as well as a parry mechanic. So the games are very often about timing your attacks right and timing your dodges right. Yeah, we're gonna lose this fight again. This is such a hard battlefield. It really is so hard. Why am I struggling with it so much? Part of the problem is the fact that they keep picking Darth Vader to help them out. Maybe I should go for Tatooine. So, yeah, Sekiro's a game that I want to be able to play, but I've been basically intimidated away from playing it. I forgot what planet they picked, but we'll probably go with the Elite Training, because that's... Okay, it's Renvar again. Yeah, if I can get better at those Souls-like games, I would like to play Sekiro. Then there's also... Let's see, I did pretty well with the Vanguard in this fight, so we'll just continue with that. Wait, I'm completely lost. Okay, yeah, we want to capture that command post. What's another... I feel like I was gonna address something else, and then I didn't. What was it I wanted to address? I was talking about Souls-like games. I was talking about Fallen Order. It completely left me, but no matter. Actually, you know what? We're gonna wait around and... Okay, so someone's actually trying to capture this command post, which isn't good. Come Come on, stand still so I can blow you up. There you go. Yeah. Oh, God. Don't you hate that when you had something in mind that you wanted to just say, and then you get distracted and you completely forgot what that was? That's just the worst. Yeah. Anyway, I do want to talk a little bit more about the gatekeeping in this, like, Souls-like fandoms, because, yeah, like, a big portion of those games is the challenge of them, and I do understand that, but the fact that that's the big, like, a big reason that people play them, they get salty and mad and will just gatekeep that new players to the genre like myself that want to get into it, but we're too intimidated because of the preset difficulty level. And we basically say, hey, we want there to actually be difficulties, like, you know, easy or hard mode, so we can actually, you know, play through the game and enjoy it without getting too frustrated and having to quit. I feel like I've seen there's like there's a group of people, and this isn't all players of the franchise. There are, in the genre, there are people that are huge fans of it that actually take the stance of, we want more people to be able to play and enjoy this game. Yeah, first 10 minutes of gameplay, that's a mood. Yeah, there's a whole lot of gatekeeping where basically certain players of this game that are a little bit more hardcore in how you're supposed to be able to enjoy it will take a stance that if they add a difficulty to the game, so for instance, make it so there is an easy mode, that the heart of the franchise, well, the heart of, like, the genre would be gone, and there would be no point in playing them, because, well, why wouldn't just everyone pick the easy mode when playing that game? And then all of a sudden all these new players join in and all the fun is taken away from the experienced players. And that's not at all what would happen. First of all, like, a lot of people play these games because they enjoy the challenge, and so they would pick a, like, higher difficulty when playing it. Heck, they might even just completely skip the lower difficulties when they're first picking it up because they just love the challenge of figuring out how to beat certain bosses on, like, the hardest difficulty. But they'll, like, all that would happen is more people would be able to play and enjoy the game. So yeah. So that's just why I'm so happy they added difficulty. Like, that's one of the few good things EA has done, is they basically took the Souls-like genre of games. I'm calling it a genre. I don't think it really is technically a genre. I think they technically fall into, like, they're a subgenre of RPGs. But either way, they're like, that type of game is one of those, who was that? Foxy-chan, I love you too. Yeah, those types of games are, yeah, like it was the first one, at least the first one I'd ever heard of, that had a difficulty setting, and I absolutely adored that because I want to be able to play and enjoy those games. And if it weren't for the gatekeepers that are basically intimidating the producers of that franchise away from making those games, here, we're gonna pick this up, then, oh, hello. Now we're gonna rocket you. Then, you know, I would be able to get to play and enjoy those games. Now, I have seen, oh, hang on, there's a turret here I want to blow up. I have seen, like, I've searched for this, and there is actually a mod for Sekiro that makes the game a little bit easier. Yeah, the games like to trick you a lot and basically ambush you. Yeah, they're very stressful to play. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, playing those, let's see if I can't take you out. Yeah, I saw there was a mod for Sekiro that, you know, yeah, there was a mod for Sekiro that makes the game a little bit easier, and I might consider trying that. I've heard it's, I don't remember exactly what the mod does, but I think it either reduces the amount of damage that you take or increases the amount of damage that you deal. Maybe a mix of both. So that might be worth a look. It's not exactly the same as adding a difficulty setting to the game, but it's something at least. I would still have preferred if it was the devs themselves that actively made the decision to make the game more accessible to new players. But it is what it is, and honestly, it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing that players that played the game and want to make it more accessible to new players went ahead and made that mod. So that, yeah, it's entirely possible that if I do get around to playing Sekiro on stream, which probably won't be for years, although you never know, it's entirely possible that I'll download that mod before I commit to it. But it's also possible that by that time, I will have completely played through all the original, like, I'll take a drink in a second, Sin, but I'm trying not to die here. I do need to posture check though. I saw that got redeemed. Okay, there we go. Alright, now I can take a drink. So yeah, it's possible that by the time I actually get around to actually caring to play, like, Sekiro on stream, that I will have actually mastered all of the Dark Souls games and am like a complete god at them and will absolutely dominate the game. It's theoretically possible. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible. Alright, there we go. Also, on the topic of games set in Japan that kind of have that sort of gameplay style to them, there's this one game that came out relatively recently, I think last year, called Ghost of Tsushima. And that's a game that I've had my eyes on pretty much since it was announced. And I've been wanting to play it for basically ever since it came out. The problem is, I do not own a PlayStation. Or at least I don't own any new, like, current gen PlayStation consoles. I still have a PS2 somewhere. Yeah, I don't own a PlayStation. And here's what's really frustrating about the whole market for PlayStations these days, with the whole PS5 thing, is when the game was announced as being released but only on PlayStation, I was like, okay, so I have two options here. I could either get a PS4 so I could play this game, or I could wait until the PS5 becomes available and get one of those and play the game. The problem is the PS5 has technically been on the market for months now, and I still can't buy one because all these fucking scalpers and just low quantity. But I don't want to dump my money on a PS4 because I want to be able to play newer games as they come out, and just the fact that I know the PS5 has backwards compatibility with the newer games as well as better tech. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is one of those, like, because I'm a big fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise, and I've been a strong advocate for years and years and years now that they should make a game set in Japan. I'm now well too aware that the game is just too whitewashed and too westernized for them to actually put too much consideration into setting a game that's just not in Europe or a place that had heavy European influence. That's just like their comfort zone. I'll just call it a pleasant surprise if they actually do make a game set somewhere in Asia. But basically, yeah, I've been a strong advocate for absolutely years now that they should make a game set in Japan, because first of all, it would be a perfect setting. Second of all, I don't think there's enough games set in Japan. And these days I see a lot of people saying online, hey, if you're interested in an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan, you should play Ghost of Tsushima. Let me tell you, I would love to. I would absolutely love to play Ghost of Tsushima. Oh my god, that was on me. That was my fault. That was my fault. Yeah, I would love to play Ghost of Tsushima if I had a PlayStation, which I don't. And that's one of the things I'm not a huge fan of exclusives being a thing that exists in like the game industry. The fact that there are console exclusives pretty much like the console, the people that make the consoles will, okay, we're gonna go for Tatooine this time, and wait, no, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna go for elite training. Yeah, so yeah, the thing with the market for those consoles was... Oh yeah, the thing is, they'll make contracts with game developers that basically say you're not allowed to make games for PC or our rival console. You're instead just compelled to make games for you're compelled to make games for us exclusively. And part of the reason why they do that is so people would actually buy the console, because if it was just a matter of hardware, like, you know, what's the best hardware out there? Well, usually it's the PC, although they're not always the most affordable to get good hardware for, so if you want something a little bit more accessible, you just go for PlayStation or Xbox. And the problem is with that is, yeah, they do need to be cheaper for people who just want to play the exclusives. Although I will say, I've noticed that with the new Xbox, I'm a big fan that they actually did this. With the new Xbox, they actually released a cheaper version of it that's a little bit more affordable. You still have to drop like a heavy penny to buy it, but it's the Series S that's like, I believe it costs the same amount that a Nintendo Switch does, which I think is about $200 cheaper than the Series X. And I think the only real downside to having the S versus the X is that you can't play games in 4K, which, if that matters to you, I mean, I guess just save up for the X. But yeah, if you want to play if you do want a current gen console, the S, I've also heard it's about just as hard to acquire as any of the others. But I have heard that the S is a step in the right direction towards affordability for consoles. I wish that PlayStation and Sony went the same way with that when they were making the PS5. But yeah, basically, here, let me hop in you. We need this vehicle to push forward. Basically, yeah, the thing with those consoles... Hang on, let me run over you. Okay, I don't think I killed him, but that's fine. Yeah, so the S is there. I'm not gonna say it's entirely affordable, but it's more affordable, which I think is good. Then, so yeah, we have basically all these consoles, and no, I want to get out. We have these consoles that are, first of all, expensive to acquire, and second of all, the companies that own those consoles basically want people to buy the consoles, of course, because they're big money makers. And so they basically say there's all these cool games that they make, but you can only play the game if you have that console. Yeah, it's not as unique as the Switch is. The Switch is pretty fun, and I know it's a meme, but I do have to say I enjoy the fact that it's handheld. So yeah, all these companies are like, you know what, we want exclusives because otherwise people will just buy whatever their favorite console is and stick with that for the rest of time. But we here at Sony, or we here at Microsoft, want to tap into that other market that our competitor is using. So we want to have games that you would only be able to play if you owned a console that we produced. It's not as bad with Microsoft, because Microsoft makes basically every Windows PC out there. I believe it's actually every Windows PC out there. So they don't mind as much if you aren't buying the Xbox because you have a gaming PC, because they still make money off of you playing those games. What they do mind, however, is people that bought a Sony console trying to play those games that Microsoft wants you to play on one of their game systems. So they'll make these contracts, like for instance the most recent major and controversial contract that they made. See you, Sinful. Thanks for being here, and I will stay hydrated. The thing with those console, Microsoft isn't as concerned. They just don't want Sony fans to have a PlayStation and play a game that Microsoft has the rights to. So, okay, we're actually starting to lose this fight. We need to stop worrying about the Tusken Raiders and move on to killing stormtroopers, which is why we're here. So with what are they called? With the exclusives, Sony. Oh, I was talking about the biggest acquisition that Microsoft did with Bethesda. Bethesda was a major game changer for them. And basically I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, but basically I've heard that all Bethesda games from here on out, other than ones that had already been decided upon, are going to be Microsoft exclusive. So you will not be able to play The Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield on the PlayStation. You will be able to play them on the PC, which is something I was worried about. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to play those on PC, but I'm glad that got cleared up. You'll be able to play them on PC, but when you do, you basically won't. It might be through Game Pass. That might be it. Although, hopefully you can just get them through Bethesda directly, right? Though maybe it does require Game Pass. Either way, they didn't block out the PC gamers, which I do like. Sony, on the other hand, is very salty that Microsoft owns the entire PC gaming market. So they went ahead and basically, you know what, we're gonna have all the most egregious exclusives. So all of the fun games that you thought would be fun to play as, like for instance Ghost of Tsushima, we're gonna make it so you absolutely cannot play this game unless you own one of our consoles. And it's like, they have the right to do that, but it feels like a dick move. Okay, this fight might be winnable if I play this smart. Basically, I need to not die. I need to focus on this because we might be able to pull a win here. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay. I have cornered myself, but I think this is fine. Where are you? Where are you? I cannot. Okay, I can't look at chat right now. I really... Come on. Go! Oh, dang it. Oof. That was a very close match. That was a very close fight. Yeah, you're not trying to pay 500 plus for it. Yeah, I wish they were more friendly to the PC market. And yeah, I'm not gonna pay, and same with the, yes, like the Spider-Man games are exclusives, and Bloodborne is, and Ghost of Tsushima is. Like, those games you can't play unless you have a PlayStation. And I need more incentive to get to actually buy an entire console that's just a huge money drop. I need more incentive than just one single game. Which is why I wasn't gonna just get the... Let's see, Kingdom Hearts 3 on Epic Store years later. I actually have not played the Kingdom Hearts franchise, although that is something that I want to play. Yeah, it's this exclusivity in the market that's... And they act like gamers that want to play these games have actual thousands of dollars to drop on a new Xbox, a new PlayStation, and a gaming PC. I mean, okay, sure, I guess they're not actually expecting you to have a gaming PC if you happen to acquire like a... If you're a console gamer, they don't necessarily expect you to have a PC. But, yeah, basically, it's all about gatekeeping. It all traces back to gatekeeping and basically making it so you cannot get these games unless you own their specific console to play those games on. And yeah, it's frustrating. And then when they go ahead and make those massive exclusivities by saying, you know, you can't play Ghost of Tsushima unless you own a PlayStation. And then they also, I heard they actually stopped producing PlayStation 4s. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I did hear that was a thing. They've actually stopped making PS4s when the PS5 console is still near impossible to acquire on the market. It doesn't mean you can't get PS4s, and it doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden a lot more expensive because there's a lot fewer of them on the market, but there is now a limited supply of them. And the fact that they did that while they still don't have enough PS5s to provide everyone in the console gaming market the brand new console, that's a dick move. I know it's probably not gonna really affect the market until years down the line, but that does mean there's gonna be kind of a choke point where they don't have enough PS5s to provide the market, but they're also no longer producing PS4s. Yeah, so... Anyway, yeah. All of this that I'm really trying to say is I don't like Sony with their whole exclusivity game. I get why they do it. It's because capitalism. And it's because Microsoft basically... If Sony didn't have these exclusives, Microsoft would basically have a monopoly on like a third of the entire gaming market, or 2/3 of the entire gaming market, I mean, not including Nintendo in this, but basically just the main competition between Microsoft and Sony. Like, if it weren't for exclusives, apart from just fanboys that just like Sony better, there would be no reason not to just get a PC or just whatever console you want if you want to be more affordable. And therefore, Sony would be losing a lot of money on that. But I don't feel like buying a $500 console if it's just because there's like 3 games that I want to play on that one console. I would like to have a lot more variety. But sometimes you gotta sometimes the market just won't let you make those decisions for yourself, and so we're gonna be, yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this monologue here, is it's all capitalism's fault. If these companies that made these consoles did not care about just getting people to buy their consoles, and they actually just focused more on just making fun games that people would enjoy, then maybe I would have I don't know, maybe I would actually be able to play Ghost of Tsushima. So yeah, and yeah, Kingdom Hearts is also one of those that I've wanted to play, but I've never been able to play it because I never had a way to play it. Also, going back to the game that I'm actually playing right now, because I have basically just been monologuing for the last hour or so on just whatever comes to mind, and not actually commentating on the game that I'm playing. I've noticed with this Galactic Conquest, there's actually just kind of a back and forth going on here where neither me nor the Empire can take any planets. So, like, I'll try to take one of the Empire's planets, and they'll put up a good fight and stop me. And then the Empire then gets a turn to try and take one of my planets, and we put up a good defense to stop them. And it's just a back and forth, and no one's actually moving in one direction or the other. I do think if I can take Tatooine off of them so that they no longer have Darth Vader. Like, I don't even have to win Tatooine. What is going on here? You okay? You doing okay there, bud? She does not seem to be okay. You stabilized. You got great balancing skills there, by the way. Must have a very strong 6-pack. So yeah, yeah, this, if I can take Tatooine, or even not even take it, I'll have to take it eventually if I want to win, but if I can just, like, make it so the Empire no longer has Tatooine, that would be good for us, just because they would no longer have to resort to Darth Vader every single fight, and we might actually pull ahead in this Galactic Conquest. Alright. Oh man, was that me? Oh, there's so many explosions. So many explosions. Okay. Actually, yeah, you Dead Pizza, bringing up the like Game Pass market and stuff like that. That does bring me to another thing that I've noticed has happened to the PC gaming economy in recent years. Is for a while, Steam was pretty much the most important place you could get games from for PC. And that's still kind of true. You can still get most games that you might be interested in on Steam. But I have noticed, like, there's the Epic Game Store, the Ubisoft has their own game store, although they are, I think they're also pretty much available on Steam as well. And then, so yeah, there's Ubisoft that has their game store. There's the Epic Game Store. There's also Origin, which is like, I think that's EA's game store. I know that's what I had to, I think that's where I had to get Jedi Fallen Order when I wanted to play it. Although maybe that was on Epic Games. But either way, it wasn't on Steam. And yeah, we've got these things with like game passes to just be able to play games from a entire library of games. And it's, oh my, well, that was an explosion. The interesting, okay, good, my droid is still safe. Yeah, it's interesting because it means Steam no longer has a monopoly on the PC gaming market, which is a good thing. It's a little bit more annoying, like it's not as convenient anymore when you're interested in PC gaming to just, you can't have all your games in one place. Although I think like Steam still gives you the option to add non-Steam games to your Steam library. Though I don't think that works for every single game. But yeah, there's a whole variety of games that are like, yeah, the fact that the PC gaming market is no longer dominated by Steam, or at least not as much, is a good thing, because it means there's more competition. It means Valve can't just like capitalize on that market and take all the money from it. And yeah, just competition is good because it means there aren't going to be just monopolies that just sit on their asses and don't do anything but hemorrhage money. And don't actually bother improving their services. So that's what, yeah, like, having competition like that is a good thing. It's just a little bit inconvenient as a consumer for the game market to have multiple services that you now have to pay attention to instead of just the one or two gaming services. And It's very similar, I feel. It's very similar to the streaming services that you can use to watch shows. Like Netflix was a pioneer. I don't think it was the pioneer. I think Hulu existed as well. But basically, Netflix was a pioneer in the whole concept of just being able to stream whatever shows or movies you want to watch from home at any time, at any place, like on your phone, on the computer, on the TV. And that, it used to be very convenient, where you could basically have just a single Netflix account with multiple multiple profiles on it, and you could basically watch anything you want. There were a few shows and movies that weren't. Okay, come on, we need. Okay, we're gonna take Sabotage this time. And yeah. So yeah, you basically only had to worry about having a Netflix account to be able to stream shows and stuff. And that was up until everyone wanted in on that market. I want to take this. And let's get someone to get in my ship. Come on. Stop driving. Someone get in. Someone get in. I need you to man this turret. Anyone. Literally anyone. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Netflix was one of those things where you could just have the one family account and you could watch anything that you wanted unless it wasn't on Netflix. Like, it was basically you had to have the DVD or whatever to watch it. That has since changed. Netflix is no longer the sole market where you can stream those movies from. Actually, I kind of like the Pilot. The Pilot has the shotgun type weapon, and yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, so these days, this is an example of there being too much competition. I'm not even gonna bother with that Tusken Raider over there. I will bother with that Stormtrooper, though. If they're still there, it seems like they are. Yeah. The streaming services thing is an example of the market being too diluted. Because basically, you used to just have to, pay... How much is a Netflix account? Because I'll admit, I don't actually pay for my family's Netflix account. I think it's like $15 or $20 a month. It might be a little bit more than that. But essentially, yeah, that's what you had to... Okay, here, I'm gonna do something. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I know you can cut into those. Huh. Well, either way, yeah. So that's how it used to be, but these days, there's all these different streaming services, and every single one has, like, some exclusives, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to draw you in on them. And some of them aren't as expensive as others. I think, like, for instance, Disney Plus... Isn't that, like, less than $10 a month? Just if you're just having Disney Plus on its own, not with the bundle or anything like that. I think that's what it's like. And hello, Bohus. Yeah, so there's just so many streaming services, and of course, they won't get you to buy into their streaming service unless they have exclusives. So, I'm doing good. How are you? We're just talking about whatever happens to be on my mind regarding capitalism and the economy while I'm playing a classic Star Wars game. So, yeah, and we're talking about like Netflix right now. So, and that market. Basically, yeah, there's all these new streaming services, and it seems like there's a brand new one every single day. And they have to draw you in somehow because it's like, well, I'm already paying like $50 a month on 6 different streaming services, so you'll have to get me to actually care enough to buy into this. So they, have these exclusives. And I'm pretty sure, like, some of them are probably good. Here, I'm gonna do this for myself. There we go. Some of them are probably good. But probably not, like, they might be worth burning your 1 week free subscription on, because it seems they no longer do month free subscriptions, because you could basically just use that free subscription, watch a single show that you're interested in, and no longer bother, and then just like cancel your subscription. So how do they keep you? Well, they limit it, so instead of it being a 1 month subscription, it's a 1 week subscription. And some streaming services, like Disney Plus for instance, will release an episode a week. Come on, I know there was always a mechanic, if I'm not mistaken, where you could cut into vehicles if you're the pilot, but maybe that wasn't added until the second game. But yeah, these streaming services will sometimes like have a TV show where they release a new episode every week, and so you can basically just use that free subscription to decide if you're interested in the show, but otherwise, here, we're gonna switch to the marksman, but you're not gonna be able to watch the entire show. You're gonna have to commit to paying that monthly fee if you want it. And sure, that's fine from the perspective of the streaming service, but the problem is, a lot of new streaming services that are up and coming don't really do well, because unless they have like an exclusive that we know we want to watch, that's not just like a brand new show on television or whatever, unless it's one of those, people are going to just be compelled to be like, you know what, I'm not paying for another subscription service. I'm, like, on top of just my general bills, like, water, electricity, and internet, and my phone, like, my phone bill, why would you, like, add another monthly thing that you have to pay for if all you're gonna watch on that one thing is... Yeah, we're probably gonna lose this fight because of course we are. Why would you bother paying for that extra subscription service if there's like only 2 or 3 shows that you're interested on there? And those subscriptions do add up. Actually, you know what? No, here's what I need to do. I need to actually focus, because I do think we could have this if basically I got a rocket launcher to help out. Because what's the point in sabotaging these things if we're not taking advantage of that. Okay, no, we lost. Because of course we did. Why wouldn't we lose? I think I need to take more advantage of the vehicles in that battle. 12 deaths, that's a lot. Alright, let's drop a save. They're gonna pick Renvar. And we're just gonna have the same fight that we always do. Oh! Maybe not. Maybe they blew up Renvar. Which I'm kind of not okay with. I'm kind of not okay that they blew up Renvar just then, because, they just always kept attacking Renvar. And the fact that... And it was very easy to defend. And now I have no idea how easy to defend this place is gonna be. Well, we'll just have to see. Not that button. This is the zoom button. So yeah, that's... There is such a thing as a market being too diluted. There's such a thing as a market not being diluted enough, such as in the case of like the gaming market where there's like, you know, Steam in PC gaming, and they basically, for years, basically had the entire PC gaming market by the balls. They're now being challenged a little bit by new services. Okay, I hear someone somewhere. Oh, there he is. So there's such a thing as a market not being diluted enough, which is that. There's also such a thing as a market being too diluted, such as streaming services. So what do you think is like the happy medium with that? Because if a market's too diluted, it causes problems. Oh my. That was an explosion. Yeah, this game is very nostalgic for me. Yeah, what's the happy medium? Because in one case it's the consumer that suffers, such as with the streaming services and having to pay for like 10 different streaming services to watch a handful of shows. And the other side of that medium is you have the capitalist empires that suffer, like well, no, it's not the capitalist, it's the economy that suffers, because you have that one service that an entire company just happens to own all the rights to, and therefore they don't bother. Basically, in any case, it's the consumer that suffers, because if the market's too diluted, they have to pay for too many different services, and if it's not diluted enough, then the people that own that one main service that everyone buys into has no incentive to improve that service. Because why improve the service when they have only one place to go to? Sure, they'll complain, but the worst thing they can do is just not buy into that service, and that just means they won't be able to do PC gaming. So, capitalism is a tricky thing. I'm not an economist. I I don't know all the ins and outs of the economy, but I'm still allowed to have my opinions about it and my own observations about why, yeah, there needs to be an entity to regulate the market, which is why it is a good thing that, like, Sony exists, so that Microsoft doesn't just dominate the PC game, not the PC, the console gaming market. And it's a good thing, like, we have Hulu and Disney Plus to be competitors to Netflix, because, yeah, otherwise there's just one blockbuster giant that owns everything in a certain market, and they have no incentives to improve, nor do they have incentives to give back to the economy, and all they do is hemorrhage money. And they may not necessarily, really bother adding to the service. But yeah, there is such a thing as a market being too far diluted, such as the case with the streaming services. Yeah, it creates more situations where services have to bid for content. So, yeah, like, if, for instance, yeah, and it usually provides, yeah, money circulates more, because such as the case with Microsoft trying to acquire Bethesda and succeeding in doing so. And I may be misreading this. I don't know all the details of that acquisition. But basically Microsoft had to decide who they were going to bother acquiring, and Bethesda had to make the decision of, do they go with Microsoft? Yeah, the economy only grows when they have money to spend, and when money gets hoards, the economy fails. Exactly. Which is why, we've got these big people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, who basically just put all their money in offshore accounts so they don't have to pay taxes for them, and they don't really give back to the economy in any meaningful way. They're wasting their money on all these space programs, which, I mean, sure, I guess there's value in that, but spend money on saving your own planet before trying to run away to a different one. Yeah, so basically, yeah, with the Bethesda acquisition, Microsoft had to decide who they were gonna bother trying to acquire, and Bethesda had to decide, do we sell to Microsoft? And money moves around, and the economy kind of keeps flowing. It is a bad thing if one company acquires too many assets. So if, for instance, all those gaming exclusives that I mentioned, if they all existed in one place, if Bethesda or if say Sony had absolutely no exclusives for gaming, and Microsoft just had all the exclusives, then there would be no reason to buy from Sony, and they would lose out on that market, and it would just be Microsoft hoarding all the share of that market, and they would basically just be, the market would stagnate. Having a situation where you have multiple companies competing with each other for the attention of these assets. Come on. How am I missing every single one of these shots? If you have multiple companies competing for the attention of these various assets, then the market's going to be a little bit more stimulated. The different companies are going to have to make tougher decisions, and they're not going to be able to just buy every single asset that comes to mind. They're going to have to make sacrifices, and they're going to have to put more thought into what they can do with these assets rather than just being all happy-go-lucky, like, oh haha, we now own Bethesda, what are you gonna do about it, you scrubs? And yeah, just owning that fraction of the market. Oh, come on, don't walk in front. What? Great. Okay, you took care of them for me, that's fine. Yeah. The moral of the story. Fuck capitalism. And especially fuck fuck monopolies and yeah, pretty much. Alright, we're gonna win here in a second. Someone is somewhere, probably up there, but it doesn't matter. Actually, oh my god, I totally forget that. I totally forgot this was something that I used to do. 73 kills, look at that. I totally forgot this was something I used to do on that map. Was I used to play as a sniper. I mean, sure, that works. We blew up Tatooine. Let's take Kashyyyk. And let's take that Jedi hero. Yeah. So pretty much, yeah. There's a lot you can take away from this. A lot of things to think about. And it's fun to just play one of these sorts of games where I don't have to think too hard about what I'm doing, and I can just worry about, talking about whatever's on my mind. Okay, I don't know which way is south. I think this is the way where there's the singular command post. And so I can basically just try to pick them off from here. Alright. We need an actual win. We can't just keep stagnating in this fight. We need to actually take a battle here. I feel like this is one we can take. And my reason for saying that is we have the Wookiees on our side. They're a third party that is not neutral. And we have Luke Skywalker. So hopefully those two things combined, basically we have two things going for us. We have strength in numbers because the Wookiees are actually like an additional number of our forces. And we also have a leader leading the charge and who's hopefully going to rack up a lot of kills. So I don't think they're going to hold this command post, which would be wonderful if that was the case. Alright. Yep, Luke is pretty much just taking care of them as they spawn. And come on. Alright, we took this command post. Let me just refill on ammo while I'm passing by. Okay. And I would like a top up on health. You just gave that to me. Good. Okay. So that's actually wonderful for us, because this battle, the thing about this battle is when you're playing as whoever's in that center, you're surrounded. You have one command post to the south, 2 command posts to the north where enemies are going to spawn from, and basically, yeah, you're surrounded from all sides, and that's not a position you want to be in any fight. Basically, you just have to play super defensively and hope you can outlast your opponent. But if we can take that command post to the south, we can focus all our attention on the north and actually make a push for victory. So yeah, I have a good feeling about this battle. I don't think we're gonna struggle. I hope I didn't just jinx myself, but I think we'll be fine. And hopefully, yeah, this will actually be a win for us, and not just a win where it's like, it won't just be a win where the enemy, it won't be a defensive win, is what I'm trying to say. It will be an offensive where we were actually victorious. But also the game just handed Tatooine to us for free, because I don't know what that mechanic is, where you just like blow up the planet or take it over instantaneously. I think it's like when you're playing Galactic Conquest in this Battlefront, if you've won, or like if you've fought a certain number of battles, win or lose, then the game will just hand you like a free to use victory. I just have no idea what dictates that. Like, does the game indicate to you that your next battle is going to be that free victory, or is it just like a is it just luck, or do you have to know? I'm not sure. Either way, yeah, this is a win for us. We pretty much outnumber them 2-1 here. I am dying a lot, but that's fine. I'm taking out more of them than they can kill me. There's a few snipers that are... I'm pretty sure one of them at least killed me at some point. Let's take out this Dark Trooper. Roll away. That was a grenade. Dark Troop. Well, there was that. This is fine. We're still technically winning this. Although they could turn this around. I do need to be cautious. This could still be their fight. Because 25 is enough with enough coordination to overwhelm 70. The game says victory is imminent, and while I do believe it, I don't want to relax too much here. Come on. Alright. Yeah, now I think we're pretty safe. I don't think the AI on this difficulty, or on any difficulty really, can win with only 5 people against 50, especially when we have the Wookiees helping us out. Oh, come on. I am missing every single shot, and there we have it. that was actually our first real victory, and I've been playing this Galactic Conquest for like 2 hours now, a little bit less than that. So hopefully it should only be 3 battles before we win. This is gonna be... I mean, playing this map of Naboo is a little bit challenging, but I think we should be fine. Because we have the Jedi Hero and they have no bonuses here. Maybe I want the shotgun. And actually, yeah, I need the vehicle. Someone get in. Literally anyone. Hey, there's Luke. Okay. And I was thinking of, like, ending this... God, that's a lot of explosions. I was thinking of basically just ending the stream at the 3-hour mark, like I usually do. But I've been having a lot of fun with this. And now that we've actually won a fight, I would very much like to at least see this Galactic Conquest through to the end before we call it. This is a bad idea. I am way too overexposed. I got way too cocky because I'm like, oh, I'm in a tank. Of course they can't. No, they can still very easily blow me up if they focus all their firepower. I need to actually take this command post. I think I'll be safe right now if I take it. Hopefully you actually abandoned that. That's a little dangerous. The AI is usually pretty good about not using vehicles that they shouldn't be using. So for instance, the Empire isn't gonna use any rebel vehicles. But you do want to be a little bit cautious. Oh, hang on, they're actually capturing this command post. Okay, we need to stop that from happening right away. And I know what part of the problem is. It's the fact they have this turret. Let's just blow that up and get out. I don't trust this vehicle anymore, but hey, I can actually fix it up, so I'm gonna do that. No! Stay here, stay here! Okay, fine, it's your fault if you die. Okay, we can probably stop. There's someone over here. I hope that was them that just died. I heard them scream. Okay. Oh, come on. Hang on. I need this because someone's... Okay, don't stand in my way, otherwise I run over you. Yeah, actually the pilot... Because there's different classes in this game, right? The pilot, the one with the shotgun, actually has, as their secondary weapon, by secondary weapon I mean, like, instead of grenades, you have a fusion cutter that you can use to basically repair vehicles or turrets. I don't use it all that much, but it is something. And it's pretty useful if you can remember it exists. Oh, that was unfortunate. But hey, I think we've got the advantage in this fight for once, because, yeah, okay. We need to push on this side, because it seems like... Oh, that's an ally. That... I kind of got an assisted kill on one of my own allies there. Okay, we need to get closer to you so my shotgun's more effective. I don't think this is remastered. I think this is just, they... Oh yeah, I don't have grenades. Yeah, I don't think this is remastered. I don't think they ever remastered this. I just think they added the game to Steam. It would be cool if they remastered this game, though. Okay, good, that got blown up. Yeah, you can see up there in the top left what I have equipped. So the thing at the top is my shotgun. And then the thing at the bottom is my fusion cutter, which I can use to repair vehicles. I don't think you can cut into enemy vehicles. I think that was added later on. But you can see here, yeah, I can use my grenade button to repair this up. And then if I switch... Actually, you know what, I'm getting in this. If you switch to your secondary weapon, basically, like, you have more than one type of grenade in this game, but if you're playing as the pilot, it's like more than one type of sidearm. Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's very nostalgic, but very much worth playing even if you didn't play it as a kid. Yeah, I can switch that sidearm, and the pilot has this health and ammo dispenser, which basically, the AI tends to use it a lot to help your allies, and that's probably a good way to play it, to use these, but you could also just throw it and pick it up yourself. Yeah, number 2 is a very good one. Okay. We finally won Theed, which is a really... Well, I technically shouldn't sit back and relax just yet, because there is a theoretical possibility, like a 1 in however many chance, that one remaining soldier can actually take out all 72 of us, but it's highly unlikely. Yeah, oh, they're actually hanging around up there, and I cannot take them out. But it doesn't matter, they have no command posts, therefore we're gonna win automatically here in just a few minutes. Or just a few seconds, I mean. I can kind of shoot them through that, but oh, that was a well-placed grenade. And I think that was actually my ally that killed me right there, trying to throw a grenade in there to take out that dark trooper. Okay. On to the next fight. Yep, let's drop that save. So, next we've got Kashyyyk. Let's always take the Jedi Hero because it's just that good. The Jedi Hero is pretty good, and they have no planetary bonuses to activate. Hopefully Endor shouldn't be that difficult. I don't think it will be. So yeah, it should just be 2 battles. Okay, this is a very fun... This is what you want to be the marksman for. So basically, here, let's go completely prone and zoom in. Yeah, if you play as a sniper when you're in the uphill, like on the upper part of this battle, which I believe is just always the good guys, whoever they are, you have access to these fun sniping spots up here, and if you're prone, the enemy pretty much can't hit you. So basically all you have to worry about are the dark troopers, because they can fly up here, and ammo, because you'll eventually run out. Down you go, and down you go. You just rolled off to avoid my sniper shot. The thing about people sitting in turrets is they're very much sitting ducks because you can just shoot them out of those turrets. Down you go, and down you go. Sweet. Yeah, this is gonna rack up a lot of kills. This is why it's fun being a sniper in this game. And every time you hit someone, or like almost every time, if you don't kill them, they'll like change directions. And I'm not entirely sure why they do that. It's just something in their AI coding. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, I guess it makes some tactical sense that they would try to change directions because, like, well, clearly they're getting hit right now where they're currently standing, so of course if they change directions it makes them harder to hit, but sometimes, like, that's just not how it actually ends up being. And sometimes they just stand perfectly still. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, like this. I just shot him, and he stands perfectly still. I guess he's like trying to find where I am. You see, this person actually sees that I'm here, but because I'm prone and have high ground advantage, he can't do anything. Okay, I now need to refill my ammo, so I need to be very careful. Just stay on this side and I should be fine. And refill that ammo. Now's a good time to hydrate while I wait for this. Also, I have been doing this, but I haven't actually showed off what exactly it is. Basically, and this is a mechanic that exists in the second game too, these droids are just scattered about at different command posts and at different parts of the map. This droid right here is a medical droid, so if you aren't at max health, just standing next to it will heal you up. And this one is a gonk droid who will give you ammo. So just standing next to it, if you are low on any sort of ammunition, whether it be bullets or rockets or grenades, the one that looks like a trash can. The other one does look like a heater. Basically, yeah, they'll just stand next to them, they'll give you a top up. And then there's a third droid. Let me see if I can't spot. There's one. That droid right there, it's technically called an astromech droid. That one will repair vehicles. So if you're in a vehicle, you have to be inside the vehicle, but if you're inside a vehicle and next to one of those droids, it will slowly heal you up or repair the vehicle. So yeah, that's just a fun little tactical thing that exists in the game, and definitely make use of it, because especially if you play as like a sniper or you're just very good at the game, you will end up in situations where you just run out of ammo because you don't get killed. And the best thing you can do then is just keep in mind, okay, where's the nearest ammo droid? So if you're up here, one is right over there, and the other one is, I think, inside of there. Also, I do want to be careful turning around up here because you can still fall off. Yeah, the AI is pretty dumb about turrets because they just see an open turret and they go for it without taking any regards to the fact that they're just sitting ducks, and I can just snipe them one by one. you. Come on. There we go. Yeah, and you can do some camping here. Actually, Dead Pizza, were you... have you seen the other time I was playing this game? I think it was about a week ago. Because I did play this game once before on stream, and I don't know if you caught that or not. I'm just curious of like how much you might be interested in me just giving a little walkthrough of like some of the other stuff that are in this game, because I did show them off before. But if you weren't there, or if you weren't paying attention, or if you didn't show up at the right time, I wouldn't mind just showing you a little bit about it, because a lot of it does carry over to the next game. Because, yeah, basically the next game was a lot of stuff in this game. They did cut a few things out, but for the most part, they kept a lot of stuff in and just built on top of it, which is what you want to do for a sequel. You watched my Skyrim stream? Okay. So... Also, yeah, I mentioned that I'm looking at... that I'm probably gonna make a schedule this time. I know there's not like a requirement for streamers to have a schedule, but I do think it would be helpful for me to, like, you know, have a schedule that I post at the beginning of the week on my Twitter and pin it to my profile. And so basically then anyone that goes to my profile will be able to see, okay, these are the schedules, this person is playing, these are the games this person is playing on this day at this time. So I've been kind of like just trying to decide how exactly I want my schedule to look. I think it'd be interesting to have like basically a variety where I would basically sometimes have some days there would be like a series that I'm playing through. So if, for instance, say Skyrim, if I wanted to do a full series of that game and basically do a full playthrough, I would dedicate one day a week to that playthrough. And then there might be... But yeah, there's just so many different games that I want to play, which means out of all the games that I've played since I started streaming, sacrifices will have to be made. It doesn't mean I will never play certain games, but it means it might be a while before I get back to them. So what I was thinking in terms of like a strategy game, I'm probably gonna maybe do 2 strategy games a week. It might be like... I know I started a Stellaris playthrough a few, like, maybe a week or 2 ago on my channel. Hey Corvus, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just playing a good old classic game while I'm just playing a classic while discussing just whatever comes to mind. Currently I'm talking about my schedule that I'm planning on making. Yeah, I did start a Stellaris playthrough, but I think because that game just recently had a major game-changing update that I'm pretty sure won't be compatible with the old playthrough, as well as the brand new DLC. That game I'll probably put on hold. I'll probably have maybe Crusader Kings 3, because I played that game yesterday, and we're continuing that playthrough with basically trying to unify like all the northern territories. Stellaris will be on hold. That one I'll find a slot for so we can continue playing Crusader Kings 3. And then the other strategy game will probably be Civ 6, because I did start a playthrough of that a while ago, and I want to continue with that one. Slay the Spire is one that I've played a couple times here on stream, but that one's not really built for a series. It's more built for... Yeah, if you're interested, I don't know if my Stellaris VOD is still available on Twitch, but I did upload it to my YouTube channel, which should be linked down below. Yeah, so Stellaris is just like Crusader Kings in that it's a game made by Paradox Interactive, and the problem with those Paradox games is they don't have a very good all-encompassing tutorial that effectively explains how to play the game, and more often it's better to just watch someone else play it. Yeah, not everyone has the patience for them, and I understand that, which is why I do want to play a variety of games on this channel, and I'm only going to be like playing, I'm only going to dedicate 2 slots to those types of like 4X exploration, like those 4X strategy games. As for other slots, I want one day a week to be like, it would be fun to have a Star Wars day. I am considering doing that, like have one day a week where I play a Star Wars game. Because there's a few ones that I want to revisit, and we can use that slot to kind of work through them. And then Skyrim seems to be pretty popular. Initially, I was considering just having, like, playing a few times on my current Skyrim character and eventually retiring that playthrough so I can move on to, like, other Elder Scrolls games and stuff. Because I do want to do that as well on stream. But what I'll probably do, just because Skyrim seems to be pretty popular, look at that, racked up 79 kills and not a single death. Also, here you can see various rewards that you get in each battle. So Tank Buster is like who destroyed the most things, Camper is who stayed in the same spot the most times, Deadeye is got the most headshots, and Bantha Fodder has died the most times. Anyway, yeah, since Skyrim seems to be popular, I think I'll keep it. I think I'll keep Skyrim as a slot, and of course we go Jedi Hero. I do want to get to other Elder Scrolls games. Maybe I'll wait until the Skyrim playthrough is done, and then go on to other Elder Scrolls stuff. So that's something, and then I've also got the possibility of... Okay, here's something we're gonna do. I'm hoping I can do this. I need to be very cautious because I could very easily crash, so I will continue talking once I... Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, I was hoping I could, like, drive all the way to the shield bunker and blow it up with a speeder, but looks like that's not happening. So, yeah, Skyrim I'll probably keep as a slot and eventually move it. I do also want to make room for Assassin's Creed, and I want to... Here's something I'm considering. Maybe what I could do is, like, alternate Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because that's a game that I just need to complete it at some point. I know if I don't commit to it, I'll just never finish that game, because it's a very long game. I could maybe alternate Skyrim and Assassin's Creed Valhalla in terms of slots, but I also want to basically start over the Assassin's Creed franchise from the very beginning and visit some of the gems that I played way back in the day. Like, for instance, there's... No, that's an Ewok. For instance, the Ezio trilogy. Those were some excellent ones way back in the day that I had a lot of fun playing, and I want to revisit them. I want to replay, like, that entire franchise. The problem is, there's a shit ton of those games, so playing them to full completion would take a very long time to do. And I honestly have no idea, like, the only way I really play those games is to full completion. So... I don't know how I could make myself not be a completionist when playing them. Maybe I could just not play every single side mission, but still play a few from time to time. Yeah, I'll have to think more on how exactly I want to do that. Oh. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, if I were to commit to playing Assassin's Creed, I could just accept the fact that it's gonna be a very long-term thing, and I probably won't complete that, complete it for years. I know there are some games in that franchise that I absolutely don't want to play for too long, and I will just only play the main important parts. Like, for instance, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That game is way too fucking long. Like, it had no right being as long and as big as it is. But Ubisoft just loves making long, massive games these days because they think that's what people want. No one has time for that. But so yeah, I'll probably just play the footnotes version of those games. Really only focus on the main story. But the older gems I want to pay more attention to and give a little bit more love to. But yeah, I do have to decide if here's something I may do. I may, for now, leave Skyrim and Assassin's Creed Valhalla as, two first-person open-world games I play every week. Because I know if I just alternate it every single week, I'll never get through Valhalla. Because that game, just like Odyssey, is just way too fucking long. So, yeah, I need to also pay attention to how many slots I'm dedicating each week, because I do need to leave some time for me to take off and just sit back and enjoy, a day of not streaming, because as fun as streaming is, it does take a lot out of you, and you need those days off so you can be at your fullest when you're done streaming, or when you are streaming, I mean. So dedicate at least 1 day a week of my schedule to not do any streaming. That is what I'm gonna do. There's also the problem that there's only 7 days in a week. And there's so many different cool things I want to try and do. So yeah, probably I'll make Sundays a Star Wars day, just so I can revisit like all the old Star Wars games, and also I want to play them. I feel Star Wars games are more prone to, they have a higher likelihood of getting copyright strikes just because of the music that plays in them, and just Disney really is protective of one of their assets. So if I were to play Star Wars games, I'd want to get those out of the way before my channel grew too much. I don't know if that actually reduces the risk of copyright strikes, but and I also don't know if it will lead to copyright strikes, but I wanna keep that in mind as something. I want to avoid copyright strikes if possible, so chances are, if I play a game and it leads to a copyright strike, I'll try to dispute it if that's a possibility, but otherwise, yep, let's skip that. Yeah, so, yeah, Star Wars Sundays would be something. Skyrim on 1 day a week. Let me count up my days here on the schedule. So that'd be Star Wars, 2 strategy games, Skyrim, Valhalla, and that opens up 1 other slot a week. I might leave that as like a wild card slot for me to just play whatever game strikes my fancy that week, or maybe I'll try something different every week. So yeah, that'd probably be a good way to go about it. 2 open world games that seem to be pretty popular, 2 strategy games. Oh, I completely forgot, I'm also doing a series on Magic, aren't I? I'll have to make room for that. But anyway, all that said, I've been streaming for almost 4 hours now. My voice is exhausted. We completed 2 Galactic Conquest campaigns. One in the Clone Wars, one in the Galactic Civil War. So definitely, I recommend this game. It's a very fun game. It's one of the classics, one of my favorite games growing up in my childhood. But next week, we'll be moving on to Battlefront 2, which basically takes this gem and builds on top of it, refines it, turns this one gem into a flawless gem. I think you'll really enjoy Battlefront 2. Probably stream same time, same day, but keep an eye out for my schedule, which I'll probably post tonight. Maybe. If not tonight, then tomorrow. So, all that said, let me tab out of this, and let's see if there's anyone streaming right now that we could possibly raid. Okay, there's a few people. Ooh, this is perfect. Let's see. Come on. All right, here we go. All right, and thank you all for coming out to my stream. It's been a lot of fun.
To arms of the ever-eternal. So here we are, so far from earthly orbits, burning supernovas, all sound and sight. And every day will return us to arms of the